Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And a movie that barely anyone knew existed failed at the box office, and the pandemic is being blamed.
Yes.
We're going to talk about this because I think we're out of excuses at this point.
I think the pandemic is playing into it a little bit because people are afraid of the Omnicron, but no one knew it existed. And Spider-Man and Sing 2 still kicked its ass, and it was opening weekend for it.
Yeah, this is why there's so much shuffling right now, guys. People will still come out to the theater for an event movie, but if it's just a whatever, they're probably going to skip it. They probably figure it's going to be on streaming next week anyway, so why bother? Or the movie just didn't look very good.
Well, the critics didn't think it was very good either. It only has a 27% critical score on Rotten Tomatoes, 82% audience score, but there's hardly anybody went to see it.
Yeah, we're going to talk about this because this is definitely, there's some shenanigans going on here. The tone is changing though. It's really interesting because, you know, a year or two ago it would have been
misogyny.
It would have been this all-female spy movie bombed because men are bigots and men are misogynists and men are horrible.
Like with Terminator.
It had nothing to do with the fact that you basically destroyed the franchise and killed off John Connor.
It didn't look very good.
Didn't look very good. And in this case, I'll tell you the truth, I didn't even know this movie existed.
I only knew it did because a couple days ago I saw a commercial for it on TV and I was like, what the hell is this? And I was thinking it was either like a direct to streaming or it was coming out in like a month or so. I didn't know it was premiering this weekend. I looked at it, I thought it looked boring and I had no desire to see it. It was, I think, on the demographic and I was like, I don't care. I only knew about it because I saw one commercial. Marketing on this was shit.
Yeah, I think a lot of studios now, I think they're just taking the L on things. I think they're just like, yeah, this movie is not going to perform. And I think that's kind of what Disney was thinking with Shang-Chi. I don't think they were pumping a lot of money into marketing it because they're like, this one's not going to do so good. We'll just write it off, you know. And it did better than Eternals, you know, so go figure. So we're going to talk about this.
Yes.
Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. Over 251,000 subs.
Woo!
Thank you so much for the support. We do talk about pop culture, talk about movies. We've been kind of following the pandemic era box office. And, you know, we said that there have been a lot of really big movies during the pandemic. A lot of them mostly Sony movies.
Yep.
You know, and Spider-Man, of course, smashed records during a pandemic. So you can't say that people aren't willing to come out to the theater at all.
Spider-Man is still, and Sing 2 are still beating this movie. This movie came out opening weekend. Spider-Man came out in like, not in a month ago, close to a month ago, and it's still number one. Yeah. I guess Sing 2 came in second after Spider-Man No Way Home, and then this hit third place. It's just not doing good.
Yeah, and you know, I mean, this is a tough one because I do think in some, like you said, in some cases people aren't coming out because they don't want to risk it with Omicron, especially in, you know, cities. But clearly, it's not keeping people away from the theater completely. 33
million was its total this weekend. Is that what it's saying?
Yes.
Okay, so it still did 33 million this weekend. That's how many people went to the theater. And they're trying to say that 355 failed because people weren't going to the theaters. They did. To see Spider-Man.
Yeah. So you can't use this excuse anymore, but we're still going to see, and I think this is kind of what's going on with Disney because we did a video yesterday, you know, talking about the new Pixar movie. Again, it was unproven franchise.
Yeah,
kind of a niche thing.
I honestly don't think it would have done well in the theaters. I really don't.
I don't think it would have done that great, especially when you look at Encanto and Raya, they didn't do very good in the theater. So Disney's like, well, okay, we'll just put it on Disney Plus. Probably save ourselves the embarrassment of putting it in the theater because we know it's not going to do well. But again, your excuses are being taken away. You can't blame the pandemic for everything now because obviously people are still going to the movie theater.
Right. I mean, I will give you that because of the surges with the Omicron and stuff, people are being more leery. I will 100% give you that. But not so much that Spider-Man didn't get 33 million this weekend. And what did they get for the 355? It was like
4 million.
4 million? It was projected 2 to 7 and it got 4.
Yeah.
Opening.
Yeah. Yeah, it said proof that Spidey is immune to Omicron. He's coming in higher than the 30 million everyone was expecting. His fourth session here also beats that of previous big Christmas Star Wars titles, including Last Jedi, Rogue One, Rise of Skywalker.
It also has a 93 critical score and like a 97 audience score on Rotten Tomatoes.
A lot of repeat viewing, I'm sure, because a lot of people like seeing all the Spider-Man. Spoiler, all the Spider-Men are in it. All the Spider-Men.
If you don't know by now, you didn't. You know, I don't want to tell you.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're out there trying to like, you know, well, some bloggers are trying to be like, well, it's because Omnicron has failed. It failed because one, It looks boring as hell. I'm sorry. It might be cool, but the commercials didn't look very good. It was not well marketed, and people are just like, eh.
They did this with James Bond too. They could be looking at the bigger picture and the word of mouth. Here in the States, I mean, James Bond still did okay, and globally it did good. The last James Bond, but people also knew that in this Bond movie they were going to off Bond, and a lot of people just didn't want to go out. But they kept saying, "Well, it's older people being cautious about coronavirus."
That's what they tried to say about this too.
Yeah, and it could be that now
Write the headline: "Spooking already cautious older female moviegoers." Bullshit.
All those menopausal cows, they didn't want to
come out to see this.
They didn't want to come out to see this spy.
You know why? They were over at Spider-Man.
They were at Spider-Man.
That's probably right.
Yeah, they were. Everybody went to go see Spider-Man. So this is so weird. Like, you can't make this excuse anymore. You cannot make this excuse anymore. It's not a valid excuse. It's just your movie didn't perform. Nobody was interested. Your demographic wasn't interested. It has nothing to. I don't think it has anything to do with them.
I'm the demographic, and I saw it, and I was like, no.
I didn't know it existed.
I only saw one commercial, and I thought it looked stupid. And I was like, I'll watch it. If I want to watch it, I'll watch it when it comes out on streaming.
So what a difference. I mean, this is the Hollywood Reporter versus Deadline. Hollywood Reporter is like, the movie's poor showing comes as a surge in COVID cases due to the highly infectious Omnicron variant.
I'm going to be honest. I'm sure it did play into it somewhat. But when considering how the projection was only 2 to 7 million and it got 4, it couldn't have been that bad.
Well, at least they're not blaming men.
Just wait.
Just wait. Like, all those males, they went to go see
Spider-Man. I'm guaranteeing you. Well, they said Friday's audience was led by females, 52%, with 80% of ticket buyers over the age of 35. I thought you just got done saying that the older women didn't go.
Yeah.
And 38% over 45. You just said the older women didn't go, but then they make up most of they count for a large percentage of your ticket sales. I'm just like, that's like more than a third. And more than what you add them together, that's more than 80%. Wait, 80% of ticket buyers are age of 35. Okay, so 80% of your ticket buyers are in this, 38% of that 80% being in the bracket you're claiming didn't come to see it because. Because, I mean, let's be honest, people older than that aren't probably going to go see this movie.
No.
And, I mean...
I don't know who this movie is for. I mean, I don't know much about it other than it's all ladies doing spy stuff. But I'm kind of like, usually the spy genre, unless they're roasting it, like Melissa McCarthy, it's usually a dude thing.
Yeah. Even then, you can have female spies, but, and that's what they're dinging it for. They said it's already been done. A lot of these places, like I know Rolling Stone and them were kind of like, it's already been done.
What was it?
Done better.
Oceans, whatever they did.
That's what I remember. Oceans, was it? What was it? No, what was that?
Ocean 69
or something. I don't know. Whatever the hell it was. They've kind of
done this already. They've done it already, and it didn't do. I don't think that did that well either.
But I guarantee you, a lot of women went to see Spider-Man too.
Yeah, a lot of women are going to go see Battinson. I'm sure when Batman comes out.
Probably they went to see Sing 2 with their kids too.
Yeah, menopausal cows. Yeah, how dare you? How dare you not go see women during the pandemic? How dare you go see Spider-Man? This is going to be really interesting though, because you're going to have, a difference of opinion just in multiple blogs. They all would have been in lockstep just a year or two ago.
Well, it says Rolling Stone. It's not the all-female James or Bond franchise you're looking for. A lot of good intentions in this tweaked, old-fashioned international spy versus spy movie template, and not much else.
No substance. That being said, I think she should play Storm whenever they bring the X-Men to the MCU. But yeah, the review's not good. 27%, but I love how they get this in there. Has a stellar cast and is conceptually progressive.
Okay, well, you know what that means.
All women. But the 355 squanders it on a forgettable story, unremarkably told. Here's the thing. I've been talking about this. The pendulum is swinging. The media can't make excuses anymore. For this
they want to
failing.
make money. They can't, yeah.
They can't. And I think they're tired of making excuses. It's getting to the point now where it's like, we gave you a pass the first couple times because, blah, 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 misogyny and racism and homophobia and whatever. But now it's the point where you're going to have to put up or shut up. Mm-hmm. Like your shit's either good and it's interesting or it's not. And if you want to be on equal footing with all the toxic white males, then you got to produce something that's going to pack in audiences. And, I think this is why we just did a video earlier talking about Ms. Marvel. I think they're reshooting it because they're like, we got to make this popular for general audiences.
Exactly. But yeah, I just thought it was funny that they're trying to blame the pandemic already. And then, like I said, I'll give it to them somewhat. But at apples to apples, Spider-Man in its 4th week, not even its debut like this one, was still bringing in, okay, they got what, 4 million? It got 33.
Yeah.
You're talking like,
that
8 times more.
Oh, that would have been a slam dunk for any movie just a couple of months ago. I mean, for any movie to make 33 million opening weekend would have been a slam dunk.
Right. So, I mean, come on. And Sing 2 kicked its ass too.
Sing 2 is why?
But I'm just saying,
Yeah.
if maybe, and the critics are like, it's already been done and it wasn't anything new and original and it was kind of boring. I'm sorry. But it has nothing to do with misogyny. I'm waiting for that to be the next one. Right now they're blaming COVID. When that doesn't stick, they'll go for misogyny.
Wait for the Mary Sue on Monday. Oh my God.
Okay, when the Mary Sue says.
When the Mary Sue's even like this movie kind of sucked. It had the potential to be more, but it sucked. We're getting to the point now, guys, where it's like you don't have excuses anymore. It's like, it doesn't matter race, religion, gender, sexual identity. If you can't put out good entertainment and the audiences reject it, that's on you. Mm-hmm. That is 100% on you. So
I don't know. I just thought it was interesting and I wanted to bring it up.
Yeah, I think it's worth bringing up because we're gonna see a split in opinion for sure. Because to have this headline next to this headline, Omicron's not the reason people didn't.
Yeah, you just said 355 DOA.
Yeah. Yep. Sorry, people came out. They just went to go see different movies because yours didn't look interesting. Mm-hmm. So we're gonna wrap it up.
Yep.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk later.
Bye.